Hey folks, Gail and Brendan Swenson here from Seattle Coffee Gear, and we're here to talk about the new the 920XL Breville double boiler.
Yes.
Brendan's got all the stats. He's the guy.
I'd say one of the biggest advantages with this machine is the dual boilers in the name and the two dedicated pumps for each boiler.
One for steam, one for brewing.
Exactly. And then that gives you the ability to steam and brew simultaneously, which is not available on a lot of machines.
And one of the things that makes this machine different over the previous model was the previous model you had to take it into a service center about every 3 years or so and have it descaled by a professional because they had to get to the inside of the machine. This machine right here, this is something new that they've done, is there's 2 screws in here, and when you release those screws, all the water drains out of the boiler. And what's that good for? Descaling?
Descaling and shipping.
Shipping.
Exactly,
So
thank you.
Yeah. So you don't freeze the boiler, because quite often people will ship stuff in and it freezes during shipping.
And I think that was one of the main things we heard about the 900 was, you know, it was a great machine, but that is kind of high maintenance, having to take your machine into a certified Breville service center just to get it descaled, because you might need to do that fairly often. There are a lot of things, a lot of programmability on this machine. You know, you can set your, your extraction times per cup. You know, whether it's 1 shot or 2 shots, you can set your extraction time.
And the pre-infusion and the wait time.
Exactly.
So you can set those in the menu, and we'll show you that in a second.
Exactly. You can set a start time. So it can just be on and warming up as soon as you get up in the morning. They recommend doing that about 15 minutes before you getting down to your machine and operating it.
And you want to make sure that the portafilter is empty in place when you do that, because you want everything to be hot.
Exactly.
It's not going to diminish your shot that way.
Let's talk about the pre-infusion real quick. The thing that's really cool about the pre-infusion is not only is it customizable through the amount of time,
like right here.
Right here. So this is saying that it's going to pre-infuse for 4 seconds. And then there we have that, which is actually changing the amount of pressure during the pre-infusion time, which is very, very specific.
In other words, 60% of the pump's pressure is going to be used for the pre-infusion, and then the wait time kicks in, and then the actual brewing of it goes up to 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, that's pretty sophisticated. I can't think of very many other machines that have that.
And in the rest of the menu, here's your short shot volume. You can change the volume of it. And the nice thing about the programming in this, only what you can work with lights up.
Exactly.
So that's good.
Very user friendly.
2 cup, shot temperature, 205, auto start. Put your time in there, like whatever time it is, 1 o'clock, and if you want it to come out at 8 in the morning, it'll come out at 8 in the morning. Clean cycle, that's your back flushing. It does it automatically.
Which is very cool.
And then your clock. You can set the time, which we're not going to bother with that.
No, we're not. But there's a lot of options in terms of getting the shot exactly the way you want it. And I think that's one of the main things you're paying for with this machine is a consistent, great cup of coffee on your terms, on your standards. You can kind of set all those things just as you like it, and then it will be doing that every single morning.
So what are some of the other features that we want to talk about with this machine?
We have a 58 millimeter stainless steel portafilter, which is very nice.
This is not just this is stainless, but this is stainless, which is quite nice.
Exactly.
And it dribbles too, see?
You can fill up the water tank from up top if you'd like, because that's more convenient. But there's also a lockable water tank in the back. Yeah,
we'll show you that in a minute with another feature.
Exactly. Let's just jump right into that.
Okay. So the drip tray.
Comes right out.
It's got your empty me when it floats. Kind of cool.
And then we have this cool little tool storage compartment down here, just for anything you might need. So this machine actually comes with 4 baskets, 1 single and 1 double, and then it comes with a dual wall single and double.
Exactly, the pressurized baskets. And what the benefit of the pressurized baskets is, and this is what it looks like, this is a dual wall. If the grind of your coffee isn't perfect, this will compensate for it, so you can be a little bit off. When you go to the non-pressurized, like this, now your grind needs to be pretty right on to get that good shot. And what else does it come with?
It comes with this cool little scraper to keep your portafilter edges clean.
Oh yeah.
Which is actually
Like this.
Yep, that seems like it might be over the top, but that's really important in terms of the life of your brew head gasket. If grounds continually are up there, it can get very acidic and start breaking away at your brew head gasket quicker. So this is actually a very nice tool if you use it.
Back flush disc for
Yep.
doing your back flushing. Gives you a couple of cleaning tablets. It also gives you a brush for your brew head. And it gives you this is a little needle that you use on the holes. And this is a 3-hole steam tip here.
Exactly.
And also, this is not a no burn, and hence the finger grip here, so you don't burn yourself. So this is why we get under here.
Exactly, and here's kind of a cool feature. So, you know, if you've ever owned a semi-automatic or just an automatic espresso machine, you know how important it is you need a heavy machine to lock that portafilter in.
And this thing is locked right now.
Exactly.
It's not moving.
Exactly.
But if you want to get at the water tank, you turn this and a little roller bearing comes down, a ball, and look there it is. And this is where your water tank is.
Yeah.
That's a swimming pool.
I think that's really convenient. Yeah, and it holds a lot.
84 ounces.
Yeah, that's a lot of water.
And they give you enough filters with it to go for, I think it's 18 months.
Exactly.
So that's a good thing too.
Put that back
Put
down.
that back down, and
now
now
it's back locked.
Yep.
Drip tray can go. Wait, let me put the tools back.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Wait.
Forgot the tools.
There's a lot of tools in
Little
there.
storage compartment.
Let's talk about the steam wand real quick. We were touching on that. I think it's also very nice. You have a full swivel here.
Yep.
Which is very convenient. And it's controlled by a lever, which a lot of people prefer.
It's really smooth action.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real smooth.
You can really control the amount of pressure you want, and that just is very convenient. Removable tamper.
Tamper that is magnetic and goes right up in there. This is for the water. See, yeah, I have a water spout. Also, you can, if you don't want to use the volumetric double and single, manual. Push it. When you get what you want, push it off.
Exactly.
And also, this is the pressure that shows, if you get up into the dark zone here, and you'll be able to see that better when you get your machine in your home, that means your grind is right. It's the pressure at the brew head.
Exactly.
This also has a heated brew head.
It does. That's right. It has an embedded heating element, which is just ideal for, you know, the path of the water not to change in temperature, to remain consistent.
Stainless steel casing.
Yep.
Cup warmer up here. This is hot right now.
Yep. There's no element specific for the cup warmer, which I think is good. I don't think you need that. I think machines that do have
This
that.
is plenty hot.
Exactly. The boilers are just right underneath here, and they say you can fit 6 cups up here. So that's very convenient as well.
Depends on the cup.
That's true.
We got some Mambo cups
Can't
that
put
our
6
team
big
used.
gulps up there, can you?
No,
you can't.
So, shall we make a drink?
I think we should.
All right, we're going to pause and get it ready, and we'll make a drink.
All right, we're all set here. We got our coffee and our portafilter. We had to switch spots here. We got to utilize Gail's steaming expertise.
I'm going to steam today. Yeah.
So I'm going to take the tamp here, removable, magnetic on the top. Give it a nice tamp. Get it up.
Okay.
Get this all locked in there.
We'll get it all ready, and I'm just purging out any condensation that might be pent up in there.
Read a page out of the Gale book here.
Yeah, right. You don't want, yeah, no, the book isn't always good. So for latte art, just a matter of something to say while we're doing this, and you can probably hit that shot and put the cup under there.
Oh, yeah.
You really don't want it to get much over 140 degrees, and you don't want a lot of foam. People wonder how to do the latte art. And you need a frothing pitcher with a beak.
So you can see how much the pressure just went up here from pre-infusion onto brew.
Nice. Give it a little wipe. Squirt it out. I suppose you're going to want art.
Yes, I am. I set the bar high, Gail.
Comes with this frothing pitcher too, by the way.
That's right.
Breville throws in everything. All right, drum roll. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Brendan here is a drummer, actually. It's funny that I should pick that one. Nah, come on.
That's better than I would do.
The foam stayed in there. What is that?
It looks good to me.
You know what it looks like? I had an arugula salad last night. It looks like a piece of arugula. Right, folks?
Looks like the Olympics to me. That's what it looks like to me.
Want to try that?
Sure, I would love to.
Yeah. And then what you also get with this machine is it's got a 3-way solenoid valve, so you get a pretty, dry puck.
That is excellent, Gail.
Is it good?
It's very good.
Good.
I can taste the art.
Oh, geez.
Tastes good.
That's the first time somebody said, I can taste the art. So I think we've gone over most of the features of this machine. We really like it. I think that Breville has taken all the little things that the feedback from people, and I think this is very important that you can actually take that boiler down to empty and then descale it, and also good for shipping.
Definitely. I really like this machine. I think it's ideal for a user who is very interested in espresso. They have some experience with espresso, just because it is so sophisticated with all the options that you have.
What's the cons?
The cons. Really, one of the only ones that I have is that it does seem like it takes a little longer to steam. And that could be a result of the steam boiler is only 3 bar.
But you know what? For me, that's a pro and a con.
Yeah.
For some people, they do say that some machines are so fast they can't master it. They just can't get it.
That's true.
This gives you a lot more time to actually get the foam and learn how to do it.
Yep.
Once you learn it, maybe you get a little bored with it, but I don't think so.
And a coworker told me that can also be a benefit for different types of milk.
Exactly.
Maybe you're not steaming just your standard milk. You're messing around with skim milk or something like that. That can work to your advantage there. So it's not much of a con.
Nope.
And I don't have, the only really con I have is if this is the first espresso machine that you're buying, you're really going to want to have a lot of respect for it, because like I said, I feel like this is ideal for maybe someone's second espresso machine, just because they got the lay of the land. And you can really take advantage of all the features that this machine has.
It has a lot of features. I can't think, that would, and probably the only other one, I mean, it's not even a con. It's not a no burn steam arm. You got to wipe it off right away. But other than that, I love this machine. I think they've done a really nice job. Breville does a lot of research and development before they ever release their machines, and it shows.
Yep, totally.
Well, thank you, Brendan.
Thank you, Gail.
Yeah, you're welcome.